All right, thanks everybody for coming out. We are pleased to be joined by Coach Albertin Montoya. We will let him make a quick statement, and then we'll open up to questions first in the room. If you're on the Zoom and like to ask a question, use the raise your hand feature, and we'll get you called on. So, Coach?
So I want to start off with what an exciting game. It could have gone either way. I thought the players on both sides enjoyed their football. The fans were absolutely amazing and really supported our team, and that helped us through the entire game. When you're down 3 goals, you could go either direction, either give up or you're like, hey, let's make something happen. And credit to all the players. They never stopped fighting. They believed in each other. We got an important goal right before the half. And second half, we came out early and scored another one, which was part of the plan or what we were looking to do. And then we were just knocking on the door. But we keep having these games where, if I'm not mistaken, I think the overall stats had us out shooting them and shots on goal and all of that. But we're so close. But I do have to also say thank you so much for our organization. Thank you to the Giants and our fans once again, because what was the final attendance? 40,000. That's absolutely just incredible. And I said this all week. The players deserve it. They've worked so hard, and this league has come such a long ways. When you get football like that, I think every single person that watched this game can come out, can leave and go, hey, I'd do this again, because it was entertaining, it was good football, great quality all the way around. So hopefully the fans continue supporting us, because this is a fun team to watch.
All right, thanks, Coach. We're going to start here with Paul.
Paula Maruri, las 10 AM. Voy a empezar mi pregunta en español porque hablé con el entrenador de Washington en español. Mira, más importante del juego fue la experiencia. Impusieron un nuevo récord, más de 40,000 personas, exactamente 40,091 personas vinieron. Bueno, hablemos de cómo te sientes, Albertin, de ser parte de este momento. Tú eres una nueva franquicia y lo importante que es para los jugadores esta experiencia. Gracias. Y tengo ya los dos en inglés. Gracias después de esto.
Eso es lo más importante, porque yo le dije después del juego a la jugadora, mira, disfruten esto, porque esto es un día muy especial y de verdad logramos algo muy, muy especial. Y disfrutarlo porque jugamos bien, jugamos con ganas, jugamos de una manera que los fans van a seguir viniendo a los juegos. Y es un día muy especial. De verdad, eso es historia que hicimos. Y eso no pasa cada día. Y de verdad que pudimos hacer eso el año pasado en Wrigley y ahora en Oracle, aquí en frente de los friends de nosotros. Un día muy memorable y nunca lo vamos a olvidar este día. Y los jugadores y el BFC.
Regardless of the result, what do you think of the performance of Racheal and Kelly scoring goals? And also my other question in English, what do you think about the support of the fans until the end? Looking for goals. Thank you so much.
So I'll start off with the fans. I did ask yesterday in an interview for the fans to be behind us. One of the differences last year when we were playing Washington in the playoffs, we were up 1-0 about an 86th minute, and I remember just the crowd getting behind their team and supporting them, and that's exactly what we had from our side of this in today's game. 3-0. They didn't stop cheering for us, and that motivates the players, and that's so important, and we're trying to get that because it's happening at PayPal, it happened here, and they believe that this team will, and they know that they will fight to the end, and just a combination of the fans supporting us, our players believing in what they can do, goes a long ways, and now with Racheal and everyone involved, I mean, look, the team never gave up, and that's something that you have to be proud of as a coaching staff and as an organization. And it's right now sometimes a loss of words because it was so close, and we keep getting games like this. But this belief is still there. Yeah, we're looking from the outside in at a playoff spot. But I keep going back to the way we train, the way we treat each other. We believe that we're still in this in the fight, and that's what we've got to do.
Last comment, as a new franchise, you got Chicago, Barcelona, Japan, and now more than 40,000 breaking record, and now the finals are people part. How do you feel to be part of this as a new franchise? Thank you, Albertin.
Oh, well, for me, it's a humbling experience and also honored that our franchise and our players and our fans can experience a Barcelona, a Red Diamonds, games like this. And a good credit to our organization because there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes to make this happen. And we did it last year to a certain extent, at Wrigley, this year at Oracle. So I know I've said it and I'm going to say it again. Thank you to the Giants and everyone because we know how difficult it is to put an event like this. And then also to the grounds crew because the field was outstanding. That's something you always worry about going into a baseball field. So the players, obviously, we come in questioning whether, hey, that could be a problem or not. And it wasn't at all. And the fact that the players played a great game and no injuries, very well done all the way around. A job well done all the way around.
Christian, Sarah, and then Tamara.
Albertin, did you have fun today?
Did I have fun today? So I'm such a competitor, but yes, I had fun because I enjoyed the experience because the players were feeling it, right? And you could see that even with down at 3-1 in the locker room, they were engaged. They were excited about the opportunity to go out in the second half and create something special. And then afterwards, of course, they're all competitors. They want to get a win, but they felt pretty good about themselves because we put on a good game. It was just so close. Can you imagine if we would have scored the goal? So yes, I was having fun because if we scored the goal at the end with Silkowitz, I would have run on the field. I would have gotten a red card. Because she was so close. And at the end of the day, what a special moment for everyone involved. So that's what I told them at the end of the game. Take a step back. Take it all in. Because this is, we just made history, and they should be enjoying the moment as much as possible. And now back to work.
As someone who grew up here, what did it mean to play in this stadium?
Well, it's not only that, it's also how far we've come. I mentioned this yesterday in an interview. 15 years ago, I coached in the finals here, and there were less than 3,000 fans in the finals. And now we have a league game with over 40,000. So it just means so much of the game has grown to where it's at right now. But it's because everyone that has stepped forward and made this happen, from our U.S. women's national team to all these players that have been given so much all their lives to get to where they're at. And what obviously being involved for so long with the youth as well. My daughter is a footballer right now and plays in college because she grew up watching players in the WPS, and that inspired her. And now, can you imagine how many young players are going to just be inspired by what they saw? I mean, she saw it with 3,000 fans. All these players and kids that were out there, that's 40 plus. So that's what makes it special for everyone involved. It's just younger generation, sorry I talk too much, but younger generation that sees this, it's special for them.
Yeah, you mentioned the Wrigley game. How did this compare?
This is better. We're at home. It's Oracle. I know a lot of history there at Wrigley, but having 40,000 fans cheering for you, it gives you goosebumps. So that's what makes a difference.
Yeah, you mentioned the energy. It seemed like you guys came out at halftime and you were really on the front foot that whole second half. Was it just carrying over the energy from Racheal's header? What went into that?
It was that, but I thought we were doing the same in the first half as well. Not at the very beginning. That was the game plan. We wanted to be aggressive and forward-thinking, and this is something we talk about. This team needs to continue believing in themselves. They do, but it sometimes takes just a little bit longer than we'd like. So the first 10 minutes or so, we weren't necessarily pressing the way we had asked them to, and then when we did, in the first half, they had a difficult time. They even took, it's a strategy that coaches use, and we do it the same, but their goalkeeper went down. She wasn't injured. They couldn't solve it. They couldn't get out. Yes, they had the lead, but they couldn't get out of their half, and it's because of the way we were pressing them. Yes, we're going to give up some chances because of how high we're pressing, but we took that chance, and we were close. We were so close in so many of the plays that just didn't come to be a goal, but made it entertaining for the fans.
Sarah?
Hey, Coach. Sarah Ash, All for 11. It's so great to hear you talk about, obviously, the history of women's soccer, the history of women's soccer in the Bay Area. You were there to experience all of it and kind of what it means for the young people watching that. I'm curious what you think the implications are, and what does this mean for the league and for the NWSL moving forward, having not only gotten to play in a stadium like this, but to sell it out?
So, that's a good question. I think we've known this for quite some time. You look all over the world now, when there's major events or big games, they're selling out stadiums, whether it's Europe, whether it's here. And let's take a chance. Let's do this more often, because every time it's been done, 33 last year, 40 this year, why not 60 next time around, right? So this is just going to continue growing the game, but they have to believe, and they're seeing it, that the fans will come to the game. So let's think big. Why not? And the quality is outstanding, because I go back to this. Yes, I might be a little biased, but both teams played some good football, and there's chances. The fans, if you're just a fan and not a fan of Bay FC or Washington Spirit, you would have enjoyed the game today. And if you were just coming for the first time to watch soccer, you're now a soccer fan. And that's what the players in this league and the teams in this league can help with. So let's think big, and let's have more events like this.
Thank you very much.
We're going to come to Tamara.
Hi, Coach. Sort of sticking with that theme of entertainment across all different kinds of fans, whether they're specifically Bay FC, neutrals, first-time soccer fans. I'm recalling you sort of half-jokingly yesterday mentioning that this game might end 5-4, and it got kind of close to that.
I was thinking it.
Yeah. Still one goal, deciding the difference, but it does feel significant that even though it wasn't 5-4, it was 3-2 as opposed to 1-0. So can you sort of talk about the importance of the goals in a game like this in front of 40,000 fans? And then specifically for one of those goals from Bay to have come from Racheal Kundananji, who has been needing goals for a minute, so many shots. What does that mean for her specifically?
So I'll start off with a 3-2 score. Of course, that's very exciting for everyone involved. I mean, it's 21-14 if we're talking about football, right? I always joke around with that. And fans love to see goals. They love to see a team going forward and attacking. So it's very important for the game. We knew we were playing a team that's going to attack us. They've got all sorts of weapons all over the field. But we knew that we could create that in a collective way, right? So we attacked on the left and the right with our wingers, with our forwards, and we had to find different ways, because they also have a lot of individual talent all the way around, what both teams do. And then with Racheal, we've known, and everyone can see it, just her work rate, her mentality, just the energy that she brings. That goal was crucial for us. And even at 3-0, when she would come to the sideline, you could see it in her eyes. She wanted this, and this is the type of game she enjoys to be and she thrives in. So I'm not surprised that she was the one who got her head on that goal. And in the halftime talk, everything is just, her energy is infectious, and just so thankful to have her. And I think actually, I know this is going to propel her forward, because she's been just so close and so many chances, and that's what forwards need, and that's what you look at as a coach, is when they kind of make that breakthrough. And I keep saying this, watch out, because we're going to continue scoring goals. Now we just have to fine-tune a few things in the back.
And then I won't say that Bay FC and Spirit are rivals, but you have had in the past, you have history. There is history between these two teams, not only in the regular season, but in the postseason as well. And that, I felt a little bit of that in this game too. It wasn't just a physical game. There was a little bit of emotion behind the physicality. How much of that do you think owes to the history between these two teams, and how much of it do you think may have been maybe exacerbated by the energy of the crowd as well?
There's definitely something there, because it started in last year's playoff game. That's where it started, because before we were still trying to find our way. When we were so close, and I go back 4 minutes away from making history and making it into the semis, and hearing the crowd and the way they responded, it left kind of a bitter taste in our players' mouth. So when we were leaving last year, for the break. I remember every time, pretty much every player that we had exit meetings with, they talked about that game, and they knew how close we were. And they're like, we're going to get them. And I've kind of like also supported that and egged that on, because I told the coaches after we lost to them in Washington earlier on the season, I think you were there for when I said this yesterday, I turned to them and I said, we're going to get you back, and we're going to get you back in a big game. So I was hoping it was this game since we were playing in front of 40,000. But hey, maybe it's the playoffs. So there's that. And it's also both teams have a lot of respect for each other. They really do. The organizations. I was fortunate enough to work there for a little bit. And it's just we understand how we want to play. We understand how both teams like to go forward and create chances. And it's a respect with positive energy and with a little bit of that spice. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Kevin, Brian, and then Mia.
Hey, Albertin. Do you feel like this team has enough firepower to go up against the best teams who have been like jumping on you guys and making you have to chase the games in these last couple of months?
I do, because we create it in different ways. So that's something that's been an evolution. We've got Kundananji up top, but we've got Racheal and Carly or Taylor, and then our outside backs with Alyssa, our midfielders. So it's not just one-dimensional, which it was early on in the season, and even last year when we were maybe counting on Kundananji to do things. So do we have enough firepower? Yes, because of how everyone gets involved. And we're not one-dimensional. And that's something that we were to a certain extent at some point. And now it's an evolution where it makes us a little bit more dangerous, because we've been scoring goals or creating chances. And that's where I go back to now the last 6 games outside of San Diego, because I give a lot of credit to Kansas City and San Diego. Like, this is just a coach talking, no disrespect toward anyone else. But I think those 2 teams are very special in their own ways. Outside of that, we've been in every single game and maybe even outshot those teams, but it's because we're creating opportunities in different ways. So, long-winded answer, yes, we have the firepower, but it might not be just one superstar.
Nice. And then can we get a quick update on Abby and Z? You were talking about some minute restrictions last week, but yeah. If we can
Yeah, so they still were in minute restrictions. Well, not Abby. Abby is out, and of course that's a big loss for us when you lose your captain and one of your leaders, and losing both her and Emily at center backs has presented challenges, but we're used to that, and we'll overcome them. And then with Z is also limited minutes, and then we just chose to go with a different look.
Kevin, I'm sorry, Brian, and then we'll come back to Mia, and then we'll grab those 2.
So earlier in the season, you had a stretch where you had several top 4 teams in close proximity, and we had talked about that's going to kind of look at how you compare to the rest of the league. And right now you're going to go through that too with Washington, and then you got Kansas City coming up and Orlando a little bit later. Even missing two of your big guns in Penelope and Abby. How did you think you looked today? What are your plans to move up and get into that table? And what are you thinking for the next couple where you got those top 4 teams?
So I thought we looked good today. I really did. Outside the first 10 minutes, because the first 10 minutes we're still a little too tentative. And once we sorted that out, we were aggressive, and we were toe-to-toe with one of the top teams in the league. And you can see it's actually the timing of everything, right? Not to make excuses, but Rotman's been building her minutes. So now she almost played 90 minutes, and you've got Lacey Santos, and you've got certain players that have been out for them. So credit to Washington Spirit, because they've gotten points with some of their key players out. And now that they're as strong as I've seen them all season long. So, we were very close. We were right there. And as I've said with now multiple press conferences, it's a fine line. It's just 3-2 right in it. All we can do is continue moving forward, and believing in that we can create more chances, like we have been, and being a little bit more solid defensively.
Mia?
Hey, Coach. I know some of it might be a little bit obvious, but what did you see as the key differences in the environment today, at Oracle versus at PayPal?
Well, differences? 40,000 compared to 17, that's obvious. It's once a game starts, as a coach and players, we're focused on that more than anything. So let me think about that question. Definitely my message getting to them. They can't hear a thing. So I have to tell the closest player, and then they have to pass it on and pass it on. So that's definitely a difference, because obviously the energy and how loud it is. But coming into it, when you see the Bay and you hear about Oracle, and for anyone that hasn't been here, it's just I think pretty much everyone's been Oracle, but it's just a very special stadium, and it is a little different. I just felt it, just like with Wrigley last year. So I have to think about it a little bit more. I'm sorry I don't have the best answer, but it's just, I would say 40,000 is a lot louder than 17. A lot.
Absolutely. And I spoke to a lot of fans today, some of them first timers, some of them not. A lot of them, the overwhelming sentiment was that if soccer was played in San Francisco, especially BFC soccer was played in San Francisco, there would be a lot more fans coming out to the games, is what I heard. So sort of what do you think about that and sort of the future?
Love to hear that. Absolutely love to hear that, because that's what we wanted to make sure is, hey, every fan that leaves the stadium, they're going to be fans of us now, okay? They're going to look at Bay FC, follow Bay FC, because I've always said this, our players are also such great role models, but they're approachable. You can talk to them. You can see them on the sideline. They're signing autographs, right? And the fact that fans that haven't necessarily watched us play feel that way, we did our job. Yeah, we didn't get the 3 points today, but we left a great lasting impression. And that says a lot about our organization and our team. So happy to hear that. And maybe they'll make the trek out to PayPal, and who knows if we'll be here sooner or not.
Yeah, so that's actually sort of leads into my next question a little bit. You guys are already sort of immersing yourself in San Francisco. I mean, the Treasure Island facility, you have your headquarters up here, and I'm just curious, for you, I mean, do you see San Francisco as a possibility to have your own venue in the future?
That's a question for someone else and not me right now. It's, I think wherever we play, we know we're going to have fans supporting us, and we're just happy to play.
Do you like the idea of San Francisco, though?
Well,
We love the Bay Area.
I love the entire Bay Area. So you can't go wrong anywhere you play, because you just never know. You go outside of your home, well, you draw. Well, we did. We drew today, right? So we draw fans in San Jose. We draw fans in San Francisco. So, hey, our players are just happy to play in front of fans wherever they are.
Thank you.
Got time for just one more right here? Okay.
Hi, Coach. Joe Denzel from Silicon Sports Spectator. And my question is about leading up to this game, obviously playing in the new venue. You have so many players on your team that have Bay Area roots, girls that have played high school, collegiately here, and you yourself have roots. Was there any difference in preparation for this week or managing emotions leading into this game? Thank you.
I'd like to say that there was, but there wasn't. We treat every game the same. So our training and practice, it was just about preparing for Washington. Not where it was going to take place. It was about Washington. What I did say before the game today, enjoy it. Make sure you enjoy. But they do that every game, right? So that's a mentality and a culture we try to create. But there wasn't really anything special at all. It was just preparing for Washington spirit and try to get the 3 points and play an aggressive style of football.
All right, we're going to go to Marco and close it out.
Hey, Coach. There was a lot of build up to this game this week. Now that it's over, was there a moment, either pre-game, during the game, or even just right after the match, that you were able to kind of take in the whole entire atmosphere and kind of relish in it?
For me, not so much, but I hope the players did. That's when we brought them in at the end of the game. I thought they had a very good performance, so we talked about the game. But then I touched on, enjoy this. Because again, I mentioned it over and over. We made history, and the fans saw a really good game. So credit to them. Credit to the fans, credit to our players. So, Yeah, I mean, I think I might enjoy it once this is done and I go walk out there and just kind of soak it all in, because it is a special venue. It really is. And the support that we had made it that much better for everyone involved.
All right, thanks, everybody. We got to get Coach going. We'll be back with Racheal Kundananji and Caroline Conti. All right, welcome back. We are pleased to be joined by Racheal Kundananji and Caroline Conti. We will go ahead and open straight up to questions. We'll start in the room first. So, wait.
William SB Sports Radio Service. First off, for both of you, just what was your emotion? What went through your mind when you stepped out on that field for the first time, just looked around and saw the environment and what was to come?
It was just excitement. I mean, anytime you get a chance to play in front of 40,000 people, like, it's incredible. Like, we just wanted to put on a good show and, you know, show up for our fans and just do the best possible we can.
Yeah, right. I think, was so happy stepping out, seeing people around each and every corner, you know, chanting BFC, and like, it was so awesome.
Sir?
Hi, Sarah Ash, all for 11. 2 questions. First, how are you guys liking these baseball jerseys? Because they sold out. Everybody's in love with them. And second, for Racheal, just talk us through how it felt when you scored that first goal. And did you feel the fans? Did you hear them? What was the feeling for you when you put that away?
I was so glad that I scored, but like, in my mind was like, pick up the ball, let's go, we start again. We have 2 more goals to go. And like, we need to get 1 goal at the moment, which we got 1. So I was just like, I didn't even pay attention that I've scored, but like, my mind was just like, to score another one for the team again, like, you know. So, yeah.
Baseball jerseys, awesome. So cool, especially to have your like own name on it. Like, makes you feel official. Especially just having the chance to play here. I feel like so many people have never had that chance, and like, we've now done the Wrigley and Oracle, and like, it's like the greatest thing ever, and it's so cool to be able to do it.
Thank you, guys.
Mark of the College Bay Sports Wrap. I asked Albertin if there was a moment, either pre-game, during the game, or just even right after the game, that he was able to take in the whole atmosphere and relish in it a little bit. What moment for each of you was like that, if there was one? Thank you.
I think we get we get the chance to walk out on the field before games and whatnot, and I feel like a bunch of us had the chance to do that and just to feel the atmosphere even before the fans were there. I think that was like really important, just to like get grounded of where we were, because obviously it's a different venue. But yeah, it was so cool. And then during the game, I mean, I think my moment was when Rudy scored. You just can hear everyone cheering and chanting for us and just like having our backs to go get the next one.
Did you have a moment yourself, or no?
I think it's just like the coming back of the team, like the entire team fighting for one thing, and like, everyone trying to push and everyone trying to make sure that everyone is in the position. You know, I think that's a moment that I was just proud of it. Everything, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hit this corner with Christian, Paula, and then Tamara. Okay.
Paula Maruri, TNN. Hi, guys. Congratulations for your performance. I would like to ask to Racheal. Racheal, congratulations for your goal. Actually, I want to follow up on your nomination. I had the chance to talk to the girls in Oakland. They're very happy about the jerseys and all the work you had done with the community, how important it was to score the goal. And also, Albert did just say there was not any changes, adjustments for this game. He said, enjoy our philosophy, how he always says. How important was to have this philosophy and this historical moment to keep building moments for the franchise in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for visiting the girls. You know, I think this was so important to us, like even like having 40,000 plus fans around us. I think we deserved a win, because even like the way we were playing, it's because of the fans. Every time we get the ball, they are chanting and like they are motivating us to work hard. Even when you lose the ball, you try to fight back and say, I have all these people behind my back and, you know, I got to go. I think it was so important for us.
Final question, what are you guys taking away from tonight's game, and then how important this is for your career in the future, in future generations? Thank you so much.
I think it's important to learn from our mistakes. We had some today, but also to take the positives from the game as well. But this week, just back at it, being ourselves and just competing for the next game next weekend.
Yeah, and I think we should keep where we left it, because I think we didn't start well today's game. But like after a few minutes, we woke up and everybody was just there. So I feel like we should go with that anger, like in the next game, not starting the way we started today.
Guys, how would you just describe what this whole experience has been like?
It's so fun. I mean, we took the bus up as a team together, which was cool. We had like a police escort. Never had that before. So Bay definitely pulls the strings for that and makes it a really cool experience for us. To play at Oracle in front of 40,000 people, that's the most people I've ever played in front of. I don't know about you.
For me at the club level,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But that was incredible. And again, just like hearing Bay FC chanting, like we were down a few goals, they're still behind us. Like it's honestly an amazing experience. And yeah, I wouldn't change it.
I think it also made the team to work hard, because we were down 3 goals and we put down 2 goals, only 1 to go, but we had no time to do that. Like, I feel like because of the fans, we were able to achieve those 2 goals, and the fight we gave out there was just so amazing. You know?
Yeah, Rachel, did you notice how the crowd changed when you scored?
Oh, yeah, I did. If you saw me every corner, I was like, come on, keep on going, because I loved that. And maybe that's why even we scored the second goal, because everyone was just on their toes saying, oh, the fans are behind our backs. They're fighting this with us. So, yeah.
Yeah, could you feel that energy continuing to build? In the
Yeah,
second half?
yes, indeed, I did. So,
Did you guys have a police escort all the way up from San Jose? Like continuously? Wow.
It was pretty cool. Made you feel special.
There you go.
Hi. PayPal, of course, has already built this reputation of, becoming a fortress. But today you played in front of more than double. It was like more than 2 PayPals worth of people. Majority, of course, were supporting you. And I asked Albertin this too, but Washington Spirit specifically, I think, is a team that is neither like a rival, the way a Southern California team might be, but you have a lot of history. I even remember the very first time you played last season, there was that last-minute game winner in Washington, all the way through, of course, the postseason in the quarterfinals. So the first question is, what role do you think this specific opponent may have played in creating this sort of experience for fans? Because it seems like when there's a bit of history with the team, that adds a little bit more to the, like, a tackle or when you go shoulder to shoulder, and it felt like that was on display today. And then, Racheal, not a club-specific question, but this morning it was announced that Barbara Banda is placed on the season-ending injury list. She's, of course, your teammate with the Copper Queens in Zambia, and I know that whenever the Pride come and play Bay, there's always a bunch of Zambian fans coming out to support the both of you. So if you could just comment on that unfortunate news.
I think it's a sad news, both for us, the national team, and also the NWSL, I would say, because we are having an international break, I think in a month or so, in October. So I'm not sure if she'll be back by then, but we need her in the team because we need to qualify to the next Africa Cup and revenge, Yeah.
And then just the Washington Spirit as the opponent in another big game, how that's sort of adding. It seems like there's some lore maybe building between these two teams.
Yeah, it's always fun to play them. They're a really tough opponent, just like any other team in the league. But yeah, I mean, like any other game, you can't treat it too differently because everyone, again, is coming out to try and get the 3 points. But it was fun to play against them. Again, last year, that first game, getting scored on in the last 30 seconds sucks. But we always going to want to come out against anyone with an edge.
Thank you.
Hi, Joe Denzel with Silicon Sports Spectator. My question is reflecting on the huge impact that specifically Bay Area soccer has had, collegiate programs, and historically, just the big impact. And today's moment, just being a part of that legacy. What is your hope for first-time fans or young fans in the crowd today, and what the future would hope, or the future would be for that? What is something that you would hope for today's moment adding to that legacy?
I would say just to keep coming out to the games. Our fans are like the biggest part, as Rudy was saying, how they get behind us and are cheering for us. Like, it really does change games. It makes the other team freak out sometimes when like everyone's loud and screaming for the AFC. Like, it definitely will shift, and the fans play a part of, like, we're on the field, but they're also basically on the field with us too, and they're loud and rowdy and like getting crazy. But yeah, I think I would just encourage to keep coming out to the games. We love to spend time with fans after games, signing autographs and everything. So yeah, as much as they can, we would appreciate everyone to come out to every game.
I did see Brian had his hand up, and we'll come back. Close out.
So Racheal, during the Messi game, you and I ran into each other at that top concourse, and you and one of your teammates said, well, this is nice, but wait till we go to San Francisco. And then the friend that was with you inserted a couple of colorful words in there. I think she'd had a drink or two. So how well did this live up to it? And especially knowing this wasn't, 18,000 people to see one guy. This was 40,000 people to see all of you. So tell me how different that is, and how much it lived up to what you said back in June, Abby.
I think on my side there's no difference, but like I love seeing the fans tens in numbers out for us. And today was so awesome because everybody was not just supporting one person, but like everybody, the whole entire team. And if you saw every time we get the ball, any player has the ball, like the fans will be screaming out just to see something good come of it.
Anybody have a question? Did you have a question, or you just holding your camera? Okay, we have one question here.
Hi, Ryan Leong with Bay Area Sports Wrap. You mentioned the moment of being here and taking it all in. Had you been here before to watch a Giants game, so you could sort of get and then take the perspective of, okay, now I've seen it as a fan, and to just talk about your experience of on the other side of it.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was an LA game that we came to a few weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago. But yeah, it was cool just sitting in the stands and just being like there's a few of us that came, we're going to be down there, and we're going to be playing on the field where they are. And it's just like a surreal moment, because a lot of people can't say they can do that, and now we can, and it was just so fun, and honestly, very thankful to be able to.
Yeah, for me, I've been 2 times here, and that's my first time to watch baseball. So the first time I didn't understand a thing, so I was just busy asking my teammates, what's that? What's going on? What happened? I just see people screaming. I'm like, what happened? Because I'm not understanding. But the second time when I came, at least I had some ideas, and I enjoyed the game watching, and I was just like, 1 week to go, we'll be there. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next time you come back, you can wear these.
Right?
Yeah.
The swag that we got. Yeah. Back to the jerseys.
Question in the back corner.
Hi, guys. You guys have a big support in San Jose. Do you, today in San Francisco, did you find it any kind of different support today? Anything different in the game and the environment from your games in San Jose?
I wouldn't say different. The Bay Area is like a whole. I wouldn't put San Jose versus San Francisco.
Yeah.
We see a lot of the same fans showing up day in, day out, and yeah, it's Bay Area. It's not divided at all.
Yeah, and people travel all around the Bay Area just to come and see our games. And today they came from different cities just to come and support us, which is so fantastic for us.
Very thankful.
All right, any other questions? We'll close out with Christian up front then.
I was curious for both you guys, how did today compare to the game at Wrigley?
Ooh. I mean, obviously being home, it's more fun. But comparatively, they were both really cool experiences, and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
Did it feel bigger? Did it feel about the same?
That's a really good question. You go.
Yeah, for me, I'm used to this atmosphere, so it was just feeling the same. But at a club level, I felt so, so important to the fans and everything.
Caroline, I'm curious. You had that shot that went high and then it went over the wall. I'm sure that wasn't the result you want, but did you think home run? Did that?
Yeah. Immediately after, I was like, good job, Caroline. That's right where I wanted it. Yeah.
All right, well, that is it for us today then. We are back in action next Monday.
Thank you.
In Angel City. So, thanks, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you.